When you need to build up your team to handle the growing chaos at work, use Indeed Sponsored Jobs. It gives your job post the boost it needs to be seen and helps reach people with the right skills, certifications, and more. Spend less time searching and more time actually interviewing candidates who check all your boxes. Listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. That's Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Need a hiring hero? This is a job for Indeed Sponsored Jobs.
But you know, happiness can be found even in the darkest of times. If one only remembers to turn on the light.
It takes a great deal of bravery to stand up to your enemies, but a great deal more to stand up to your friends.
The ones that love us never really leave us.
Working hard is important, but there's something that matters: believing in yourself. If they can do it, why not us?
Hey everyone, welcome to Hogwarts, a podcast. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Hogwarts, a podcast. We're covering Quidditch through the ages, and we are discussing Quidditch teams. Jen is with us.
Woo, sports.
More sports, all of the sports. So we will be talking about all 13 of the Quidditch teams that are from Britain and Ireland in this episode. I'm really excited about it. I love talking kind of the details of these teams. But before we get started, I just wanted to say no shout outs because we got to get a lot of teams in today. But if you wanted to comment and be part of our episodes, you can do so by leaving a comment on any of our social medias. Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky, YouTube. All of our social medias are found at Hogwarts a Pod. You can also leave a comment on our Spotify page. You can participate in polls on our Spotify page as well by scrolling down on an episode and clicking an option. All of our polls are up for a very, very long time, so please feel free, if you've missed one, to go back and participate. Also, while you're on our page on Spotify or wherever you're listening to the podcast, give us a 5-star review. That really helps. But yeah, we're really interested to see what all of our listeners have to say on some of these Quidditch teams. Ready to get started?
Let's do it.
So, the Professional Quidditch League was established in 1674, and as I said, 13 of those teams became the foundation of the league. So, let's begin with the first team. These are all in alphabetical order, which makes it super easy. But we start off with the Appleby Arrows. The location is Northern England. They were founded in 1612. Their colors are pale blue robes emblazoned with silver arrow. Pretty cool robes, I think, right off the bat.
I love that.
I like the color scheme. Really cool.
Love the color scheme. I can kind of envision it, and I like how simple the logo is.
Arrow's just a cool logo.
It is.
I really like it. However, not everybody liked the idea of the silver arrow, and that gets into the fun facts about the Appleby Arrows. Supporters tend to actually fire arrows from their wands when the team scores.
That's dangerous.
Yeah. And when their team scores, well, Quidditch scores can get up there.
Yes.
I mean, it can be a while before you catch that snitch. So, I mean, you could be going for a while on these scores. Well, the practice of firing arrows from wands when your team scores was eventually banned in 1894 when an arrow pierced a referee's nose.
Now, I'm confused about the logistics of that. Now, I do think that they should have banned the arrows. They're obviously dangerous. Where are these supporters sitting, and or where is the referee flying that his nose is what got pierced? I mean, I could see him getting hit with an arrow, but it was a very specific, it pierced his nose, that's some really bad luck for the ref.
It really is. Or is it very precise firing from the fan that...
Maybe they were upset about a call earlier.
Maybe it was a very targeted arrow.
Yes.
My question is, one of two things clearly has happened here. Either no one was ever injured for like 200 years, or in 1894, people were like, hey, wait a second. People shouldn't be worried about arrows from fans in the crowd. Like, maybe they finally hit a level of progression in the sport where they're like, whoa, that's too much violence. Let's pull that back a bit. Like, one of those two things had to happen. Either miraculously no one was actually hurt by this until 1894, or they just woke up and been like, hey, we need to change this.
I feel, if it were me, I think it's probably the latter. I think they just woke up and they were like, we should probably...
Maybe it was a prominent ref, like maybe a former Quidditch player.
Maybe
it was somebody that people knew and was like, whoa,
and liked
can't have that. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. But anyway, that's an interesting fun fact about the Arrows. They are the rivals of the Wimborne Wasps, which we will get to at the very end, because again, alphabetical order.
Which I have opinions on that.
Of how they've ordered these teams?
No. Of the rivalry.
Between
them.
I was like, wow, you have opinions on alphabetization?
I do have thoughts on something related to the alphabetization of it, but we'll get to that later.
Fair enough.
Give me a couple teams and then we'll get into it.
Okay. The last fun fact for the Appleby Arrows is that in 1932, the defeat of then Eurochamp Vratsa Vultures in a match that lasted 16 days in dense fog and rain is their best moment. So, I mean, it is pretty cool that they did beat a European champion, which we can talk to when we get to the globalization of the game. But 16 days in dense fog and rain.
That's rough.
That is a long time.
Yes.
Epic match, though. I can imagine how epic that is.
Yeah. I can see why they would consider it a best moment.
The Ballycastle Bats are located in Northern Ireland. Unclear when they're founded, but they wear black robes with a scarlet bat across the chest.
Also, A+ color scheme and logo.
Agreed.
However, I feel like it would be more appropriate for an Eastern European team.
Like a Transylvanian type team?
Yes. Maybe not more appropriate. More fitting based on, like, the lore of that area.
That's fair.
But I'm not gonna knock it. It's a great color combo and it's a great logo. So
I wonder if it's unclear on the founded date, because when we get to the globalization, there might be a Transylvanian team. Like, did this team come first? Because if they claimed the black robe and scarlet bat, then I'm pretty sure the Transylvanian team or that Eastern Europe team might be like, really? We can't use something that's very clearly in her wheelhouse. Yeah. Like, really?
Do teams ever change location?
I don't know. These seem to be very, like, localized.
They seem to be very localized, and they also seem like they're just, once they're established, that's
it for
pretty much it.
They can, hundreds of years.
And they can be maybe disbanded, but not necessarily relocated.
Which is such a departure from at least American sports teams.
Yes.
Sports teams switch cities all the time. Mm-hmm. And when I guess I said American, but North American teams, because Canada is included in this.
Yes.
I mean, you get Canadian hockey teams switching, you get the basketball to the Vancouver Grizzlies and the NBA moved. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, maybe, is this just a North American thing that they switch cities?
I think so.
I honestly don't know the answer to that question.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll move on with the fun facts from the Ballycastle Bats. They won the Quidditch League a total of 27 times. They're the New York Yankees of the
I was going to say that.
Sorry, I stole your...
oh, no, that's all good.
Your Yankee thunder. But yes, they've won the Quidditch League 27 times. They are the second most successful team in league history, which is not the case in Major League Baseball, because the Yankees
are far and away the
best.
Yeah.
So second most, which is, I think, really interesting that you can win 27 times and be second best. I suppose we're talking about a very long length of time. I was going to say,
we're talking about like twice as long as Major League Baseball.
Their mascot is Barney the Fruit Bat.
I love him.
Which has been prominently featured in many butterbeer commercials. So a very cute mascot, apparently, for the Ballycastle Bats.
He sounds like it.
We'll move on to a Welsh team, and I apologize to all of our listeners in Wales for what I'm about to do to this team name. Carefully? The Catapults. The Catapults of Wales were founded in 1402. The colors are vertically striped robes of light green and scarlet.
No.
Hard no. I am also a no on this.
Yeah.
Look, I am not a fan of green in general.
Which is heresy, by the way.
Fair.
It's the best color.
I like some shades of green. The emerald green is great. Forest green is great. I like darker, personally. That being said, light green on a jersey, not opposed to. I could be okay with it. I'm fine with it. Combining it with scarlet, though.
Yeah, and I don't like the vertical stripes of it either. I don't like the, light green and scarlet, it's just so evocative of Christmas or a holiday season. And then the vertical stripes are just...
It's a choice.
It's a choice. But one of the things, too, that it doesn't really expand upon is, are they equal stripes? Is one of them more prominent than another? Because that could also kind of change the vibe.
Do you have a preference if green or scarlet was more prominent?
I think it would look better if it was green as the more prominent color, with scarlet being the accent color. Because I think having scarlet as a primary color is mixed with light green as the accent is a little bit too imbalanced to me. We
definitely agree that these uniforms are a no-go.
Yes.
And this has been Fashion with Hogwarts, a podcast. The fun facts for this team: they have 18 league wins, which is pretty good. They did get a Euro Cup final win in 1956, defeating the, this is another tough one, Norwegian Karabakh Kites. Were beaten in 1956 by this team from Wales. The most famous player is Dangerous Di Lewin. He was eaten by a chimera while on holiday in Mykonos, Greece.
Didn't see that coming.
That is a way to go. I mean, you will be a legend for that. There's now a commemorative medal that is now awarded to players who make the most risks or take the most risks during games.
I feel like that's irresponsible of Quidditch.
Yes, in the spirit of how that individual perished.
Yes.
And the violent nature that this game can take.
Yes. I think it's encouraging bad behavior in a game that's already fairly dangerous.
So what would be an example of this, do you think? Like a seeker just going completely all out, diving towards the ground to get a snitch, and then pulling up last second?
I think so. That was kind of what came to mind.
Or like, what if you're a chaser or a seeker, either one, and you have a bludger hit at you, and you try to almost lure the bludger to you and then try to duck away from it so it hits either the other seeker or another chaser.
That would be a great example.
Like, that could be another use of it where it's like, you could get hit by this bludger, or you can get someone else hit by it. Risk.
Yes.
But worked for you, I guess. I don't know.
Pretty big risk.
Pretty big risk. So that's the catapults. Now, we are going to get to a, dare I say, famous Quidditch team in Harry Potter lore. We get the Chudley Cannons. Oddly enough, there's no information on the location or when this particular team was founded. The colors are bright orange robes emblazoned with a speeding cannonball and a double C in black. Continuing with fashion here on Hogwarts a Pod, how do we feel about these robes?
I actually like them.
Yeah?
They're bold, but they're not overwhelming because they picked a very bright primary color, but they picked a neutral secondary, even though it's a little bit like Halloween.
Yeah.
But I like it. They're bright. They're simple.
I generally don't like orange either.
Okay.
Especially in this type of scenario where you're going full orange with like an accenting color.
Yeah.
However, it's the right accenting color.
Yes.
So I'm not in love with this uniform, but I don't hate it either.
Yeah.
I guess where I land on it.
I think it's pretty good. I don't hate it.
I think they do a good job with it.
Yes.
The speeding cannonball, cool. The double C in black could be very cool. I'm okay with it. So, fun facts about the Chudley Cannons. They have actually won the league 21 times.
Which is impressive.
They can be considered a successful Quidditch team.
Except...
Well, many consider the glory days to be over, as their last championship came in 1892, with performances since being noted as pretty lackluster. So for the last century, at least in our Harry Potter world, they have been pretty poor. So that's why they can get their not so great vibes. But 21 times is not bad. The club motto was changed in 1972 from "We shall conquer" to, and I'm quoting here, "Let's just all keep our fingers crossed and hope for the best."
Terrible.
Wow.
Terrible.
Wow. Okay, so again, they don't give us a year founded. Okay? That being said, most of these teams are in the 1200 to like 1600-ish, give or take, range. So I suppose we can safely assume the Chudley Cannons are somewhere in that range.
Yeah.
And they changed their club motto in 1972 after, at that point, not even a full century of losing. And they just were like, we're done. Like, let's just give up and just hope, guys.
That's so sad.
That's really sad.
That's really, really depressing. I can't imagine that went over well with fans. The last thing that I'm an ardent White Sox fan, and the last thing that I ever want to hear from my team is that they're not going to try.
Yeah, it's awful.
Like, the only thing that makes watching baseball tolerable is to have a team that's actually, if not like, aiming to win the World Series, but just some level of competitive. But there's nothing worse than watching a team when they go down early and you just know it's over.
After not even a century of losing.
Yeah, that's insane.
Like, you're talking about a club that's probably played for multiple centuries.
Mm-hmm. After 80 years.
Times.
80 years.
Yeah, that's a quick
philosophy change.
It's just like, nope, you're done. We're moving on, I guess. It's brutal. Anyway, Dragomir Gorgovich actually transferred to the Cannons for a record fee as a player, but he's also the record holder for most quaffle drops in a season. So that's something we've actually talked about on a previous episode, because it is mentioned in the actual Harry Potter series as a fun fact. And why is it mentioned? Because the Chudley Cannons are Ron's favorite team, so they do get some shine in the actual series. But Dumbledore also throws some shade on the Chudley Cannons at one point in one of his commentaries.
I can see why.
Yeah, so Dumbledore is throwing some shade at you. You've had a rough couple of years, couple of decades. But anyway, we will move on to the Falmouth Falcons. No location, no founding date. Their colors are dark gray and white robes with a falcon head emblem across the chest.
I'm a fan of the White Sox. I have to love this.
That's fair. Dark gray and white are always a choice, because with the White Sox, you still have black as like...
Yeah, I think this does need black for a little bit more contrast. But
right?
On the whole, I think they could make it work.
I like the falcon head emblem, though. Mm-hmm. That would be nice. Yeah, not the worst jerseys. Still looking at you there, the catapults from Wales.
One thing, too, that I've noticed so far going through this is that there's a lot of distinct colors that are being used for different teams, which I really appreciate because, again, as a baseball fan, it feels like about 95% of the teams have some combination of red, white, and blue as their colors. And man, am I tired of seeing some combination of red, white, and blue as colors.
That's fair. That's very fair. Speaking of that type of imagery, it finally clicked why the Wales colors are light green and scarlet. Their flag of Wales is white, green, and a scarlet dragon over
I like
the center.
that.
That makes a lot more sense.
It makes a lot more sense.
Makes a lot more sense. Still don't like the color combo.
No, not
for a jersey or a uniform.
Let me say, not for vertical stripes.
And vertical stripes. Agreed. We're still agreed, but a little bit more context is the team from Wales might have that color scheme. Got it.
I respect that. I respect a good theme.
Yep. So back to the Falcons of Falmouth. They are known for particularly hard play. The world-famous beaters Kevin and Carl Broadmoor played from 1958 to 1969, and they were suspended no fewer than 14 times. That is a lot of suspensions for that time. Although for beaters, I feel like, you could do better.
Yeah, that doesn't seem that aggressive to me, but I guess also I feel like the refs may be less likely to really dole out suspensions as punishment. So maybe is it relative to the normal amount of suspensions, that's a lot?
Is it harder to call fouls and thus suspend beaters because their job is inherently to generally hurt people.
I think it'd have to be pretty egregious, right?
Right? You would think. But anyway. So their club motto, speaking of club mottos, is let us win, but if we cannot win, let us break a few heads.
What kind of motto is that?
It's a violent one.
Yeah. That's not professional. What are you doing?
Well, they're very open about what their intent is.
Oof.
So if you're refereeing a match with the Falcons, you have got to be on it. And also a little cautious and aware of your surroundings that one doesn't come your way. Like,
Yes.
you'd have to be on your game.
I would not want to ref those games. Especially because there's only one ref, which we talked about in the last episode, but I still think is silly.
Yeah. I don't know. They didn't specifically mention in this league if there are more than one refs. I only get the impression that in the World Cup is more than one ref.
That's like the last place that you would want there to be a single ref.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. All right. We are moving on to a very famous team here before we get to a break. And that team is the Holyhead Harpies, also mentioned quite a few times in this series. They are located in Wales. They were founded in 1203. Old team. Their colors are dark green with golden talon on their chest.
A+.
You like the dark green and gold combo?
This is my favorite. My second favorite were the arrows with the pale blue and silver.
Nice. Okay.
Almost. Those are my top two so far. But this is number one for me.
As I mentioned before, not a fan of green. However, I do like this combo. I do like the dark green with the gold. Solid. I'm not sure if I like the talon as a symbol. Like, this implies that it's literally a singular talon instead of like the foot of a harpy, which might be a little bit better. Like, I just get the impression of a singular talon. I don't know. I could be misinterpreting that image.
That wasn't where my brain went. My brain went for the whole foot.
Okay. I'm hoping that is the case.
I think the foot would look better.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that's actually the case. Anyway, obviously the big note about this team is that it has only hired witches, which is not only unique in Britain and Ireland, it is unique in the world. All of their players are women. One of the finest matches ever seen was played against Heidelberg Harriers in 1953. This game was played over 7 days and ended with a spectacular snitch capture by Glynis Griffiths. The Harriers captain, Rudolf Brand, then dismounted and proposed to his opposite number, Gwendolyn Morgan, who then hit him with a broom.
I do not condone violence, but I support that. The way that I read it was that he was infatuated with her and how she played, but the feeling was not mutual.
I just wonder what happened in the match to make him think that, like, yeah, this is the person I need to propose to. You know what I mean?
I figured it was like she's really good at Quidditch. I am impressed by her skill. I must make her my wife.
I want a documentary of this game. Like, I want to see this play out.
Yeah.
Like, I want to
watch
see
him slowly. Do you think it affected his play at all? If he's becoming infatuated with her over the course of the game?
I mean, it could. I would be interested to see this documentary, but this is what we get. And
I'd love to get more information.
it's a fun little detail. Mm-hmm. Anyway.
Well, not fun for him.
Not fun for him, but probably pretty embarrassing, I imagine, at that point.
You just lost a game and you got concussed. That's rough.
Not only did you lose, not only did you get rejected in a very public proposal, you also got hit with a broom.
Yeah.
Like, that's a bad triple up
Yeah.
on your day.
Yeah.
Or week, as this seems to have been.
Going from bad to worse.
That's brutal. We also know of a very famous Quidditch player that played for the Harpies. Gwynog Jones, mentioned multiple times in the Harry Potter series, was captain and the beater of this team. She was known for having quite the personality, very aggressive. And she also ended up managing the Welsh national team in 2014, which is a very popular World Cup because JK gave us a ton of info on that 2014 World Cup, which we actually did discuss way back when on one of our previous episodes. So if you scroll back a little bit, you can check out that long conversation. We might do another one specifically on the 2014 World Cup someday. But, fun little side note there. Also, there's another famous player from the Holyhead Harpies that we're very, very familiar with, and that is Ginny Weasley. Actually played for the Harpies right after graduating from Hogwarts. She was likely a chaser in the late 1990s and ended up retiring to write as a Quidditch correspondent for the Daily Prophet, which is where we last see her in Cursed Child. She was writing for the Prophet. So how about that for some famous Harpies playing some Quidditch? I would have loved to see some Ginny Weasley Quidditch moments professionally.
Oh, that would be so fun.
And that family of Quidditch players, oh my goodness. Charlie was very well decorated as a Quidditch player. Fred and George, obviously. Even Ron had his moments.
Yeah.
Ron had his moments. Now you get Ginny, and then she marries Harry. Man, that is a Quidditch lineage for the ages, for sure. But with the Holyhead Harpies, we will pause it here, take a little break, and we will be back with a bunch more Quidditch teams to discuss. So stick with us. Before we get to our break sound, I'd like to acknowledge our friend Andy, who helps us produce our intros and our break sounds. If you want to hear more of Andy's work and like Formula One racing, check out the Outlap F1 podcast. It's your one-stop shop for Formula One news, insights, race previews, and reviews. You can find them wherever you listen to podcasts, and they even have a YouTube page. So check out Andy and Cody and join them on the Outlap.
This episode is brought to you by Accenture. When your advertising operations fall out of sync, everything else follows. Spotify and Accenture are working together to reinvent the rhythm of ad sales, using automation, analytics, and smarter workflows to simplify campaign delivery and access better data across the business. The result? Less time spent on operations, more time connecting brands with the moments and fandoms that matter most. Learn more at Accenture.com/Spotify.
All right, so we are back with part 2 of this Quidditch team extravaganza that we have going on. A little bit of Quidditch fashion being talked about, a little bit of some Muggle sports being talked about. But we will move to Ireland now and talk about the Kenmure Kestrels. Love the name, actually.
Great name.
Very cool name. Obviously in Ireland, they were founded in 1291. Their colors are emerald green robes with 2 yellow Ks back to back on the chest.
I like the logo. I like the contrast between the emerald green and the yellow. I still like the Harpies better.
Is it because it's yellow and not like gold specifically?
Yes.
Okay. This is one of those weird circumstances where I think, you know how some teams say that their colors are gold?
Mm-hmm. But they're not.
But different teams have different interpretations of what gold coloring is.
Yes.
Some of it's like a pale gold, some of it's straight up yellow, some of it's like a more full gold.
Coming from a school that had gold as one of its colors, it also changes based on what is available for what you're looking. So like if we wanted to get gold shirts, they were going to be pale yellow because just gold shirts are not a thing. But we had better luck getting gold accents where it was like an actual metallic gold, which is what I tend to think of whenever anyone says gold, is that my mind goes to metallic gold.
Mm-hmm. So I think this is their attempt at like a gold look.
Yeah.
But not gold.
It just doesn't hit the same for me. It's close. It's not bad. Okay. I don't think it's the worst.
So here's my thing. So the Harpies, with their dark green golden talon,
mm-hmm.
they were founded in 1203.
Mm-hmm.
Emerald green robes with 2 yellow Ks, 1291. Okay. So do you think this team came along, they're like, hey, I'd love to do the green and gold look. But the Harpies already have the green and gold look. So now we gotta like, okay, well, we're not going with a dark green, we're going with an emerald green. We're not going with gold, we're going with like a yellow kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a little too close. If I'm on the Harpies, I'm kind of like, you're stealing the They're stealing our colors. I mean, I get that it's Ireland too, so they wanted to do like emerald green, and emerald green makes sense for an Irish team. But it's
yellow and gold, like pot of gold.
And, right.
I mean, it makes sense.
It makes sense. I just think that it's unfortunate that there are two teams with very similar colors.
I also don't love the yellow-green combination. I wish it was a true gold. Mm-hmm. The K's back-to-back on the chest could look cool.
I think that would be... That's my favorite part of this one. Because I think that visually that looks really good.
So speaking of the pot of gold vibe that they're probably trying to go for here, well, they have worldwide popularity for the spirited mascot displays of leprechauns.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're clearly going for that theming. They're laying into the Irish stereotypes, I guess, really, is what it is. Their supporters play harps.
I do love that.
That's awesome.
I think that's cool.
But it doesn't say they play them well. I'm just saying.
Cacophony of harp sounds.
Keeper Darren O'Hare, who played from 1947 to 1960, captained the Irish national team 3 times, and is credited with inventing the Chaser Hawk's Head attacking formation. Kenmare Kestrels, they're almost perfect if that uniform was just a little bit better.
Agreed.
So we move on to the Montrose Magpies. No location, no founding date. Their colors are black and white robes with 1 magpie on the chest and 1 on the back.
Okay, I have a couple thoughts. Number one,
oh, wow, okay.
I like the white and black. It is very similar to the dark gray and white that we saw before for another team. I do like the magpie as their logo. Solid, fierce bird, A+. I don't like that there's 1 on the chest and 1 on the back.
Really?
Yeah.
You'd prefer on the chest, I'm assuming?
I would prefer just 1.
Just 1 either side?
Yes. I think it's a little repetitive.
Oh, okay. I don't disagree with that assessment. I only like it because it's different than what we've seen.
Okay.
Literally, that's my only reasoning for the opposite take.
Okay,
it's just a little different. It's a different vibe.
It is. It's a different vibe. It's not my vibe personally.
Fair enough. Now, we said that a team earlier was 27-time champions of the league, and that was good enough for second best. The best is the Montrose Magpies with 32 league championships. It's pretty good. And on top of that, not only do they have 32 league championships, they have 2 European championships on top of it. So they've had some stellar teams in their history. Seeker Eunice Murray died in 1942. Once petitioned for a faster snitch because this is too easy.
That is so cool.
What a quote.
Love it.
Love that quote. It's just a sports writer's dream. He's not the only notable player from the Montrose Magpies, which makes sense given all their success. Hamish McFarlane was the captain from 1957 and 1968 and followed his successful career with an illustrious career as the head of Department of Magical Games and Sports. So kind of a Ludo Bagman-esque career of Quidditch player to now you're the head of the department. So we'll move on to the Pride of Portree. And this team is located in the Isle of Skye. That's just a beautiful name. Founded in 1292. Their colors are deep purple with a gold star on the chest.
Love it.
You're cool with the purple and the star.
Absolutely.
The gold star.
There needs to be more purple in sports. I'll die on that hill.
There should probably be more purple.
There absolutely needs to be more
I'll agree
purple.
with you on that. I'm fine with it. I don't like the gold star.
Why?
I feel it's too generic, if I'm being honest.
Okay.
It feels like you went into like free logo kind of thing and just copy and pasted and you're like, I'm taking it.
Fair.
I mean, if there was some design with the star, I'd maybe buy it better. Like if it was a shooting star or something like that, okay. This just says a gold star on the chest. I'm like, that seems kind of lame.
You get a gold star.
Yeah, I'm just like, eh.
How do you feel about the gold aspect of that, for gold being the secondary color?
I like the purple and gold combo, yeah.
Okay.
I do agree. More purple sports would be nice.
Thank you.
Fun facts about the Pride of Portree. Their fans are known as Prides. The most famous chaser, Catriona McCormick, captained the team for 2 league championships in the 1960s. Also played for Scotland 36 times. So she's putting in some work. Daughter Megan currently plays keeper for the team, which is awesome. And then her son Curly is the lead guitarist of the Weird Sisters.
All right.
So that is a very successful family for the McCormicks. Good for you. Like, that's great. But yeah, pride of Portree. Now, we get to another very famous team that has been mentioned a couple of times. We get Puddlemere United, which immediately makes me think of, when I hear United on the end of a name, it makes me think Manchester United.
Oh, absolutely.
Automatically. And for the record, for every English listener that we have that does not like Manchester United, I don't either. I'm not a fan of Manchester United either, but I am sorry, it's the first thing I think of when I hear of blank United is Manchester United. But anyway, this team was founded in 1163. That is very old. So old, in fact, it's the oldest team in the league. So Puddlemere United representing. Their colors are navy blue, bearing an emblem of 2 crossed golden bulrushes.
I'm never going to say no to gold as an accent color. I think it would look really good with the navy blue. One of the things I liked about the initial set of teams was that they had somewhat unique color combinations. I think maybe the navy blue, I would like to have like a deep blue instead of a navy blue.
Okay. I think the navy blue could work, except if you switch gold for like a silver.
I don't hate that either.
Yeah. I think if you just switch the gold here for silver, the navy blue and silver gray or whatever, I like that combo a lot.
Mm-hmm. Silver goes really good with navy blue. Mm-hmm. One of the things that's nice, like I said, are the unique color combinations. I feel like navy's just kind of overdone.
Yeah, no, I get it. It's a super common color because it does go, I guess.
It goes with a lot. And I get it, but if it's going to be a primary, do something a little different. Do like a deep blue. You know,
okay.
you can be close to navy, but maybe a little bit more exciting. Also, while we're on Puddlemere United, this is the first team that we've come across that doesn't have an alliterative name. Feels more realistic to me because
Fair.
in most, for at least North American sports, most of the teams are not alliterative. There are some.
Yeah.
Most of them are not. It feels a little cheesy that every single one of these teams is alliterative, in my opinion.
Okay. I do agree. This sounds very much like a real team that could actually participate in like the Premier League or something like that.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, I get that. And that's probably why I immediately go to Manchester United as my first thought. Yeah. Fun facts about this team is, like I said, oldest team in the league, which is of note and worth mentioning twice. They are 22-time league champions and 2-time Euro champions.
Pretty good.
They have had a significant run of success. The team anthem is "Beat back those bludgers, boys, and chuck that quaffle here."
Love it.
Cool.
10 out of 10, no notes. I like it because it's just so cheesy sounding, and so many old-timey sports anthems are cheesy sounding, and it just feels very appropriate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The only one with an anthem, I think, attached to it, which is kind of crazy.
Love him.
The team anthem was even recorded by one Celestina Warbeck to raise funds for St. Mungo's. So Molly Weasley probably called in and had that thing on repeat for so long that Arthur probably contemplated, is this marriage worth it? You're not even a fan of Puddlemere United. Why is this playing all the time? I don't know. No, I'm kidding. Their marriage was strong. But Puddlemere United is also known as Albus Dumbledore's favorite team. So there you go. He could identify with the oldest team in the league because Albus Dumbledore was really old. Moving on to the Tutshill Tornadoes. Founded 1520. Their colors are sky blue robes with double T in dark blue on the chest.
Okay. A, love it. B, Elizabeth would love it.
Yes.
C, it just now hits me that this color and also the pale blue that was mentioned for the Appleby arrows, probably picked because if you're flying around, you can camouflage in with the sky.
That's
Which is
very true.
Which is a pretty decent benefit of that. But also just, I love even though they're both blue, love the contrast that they picked. I think that would actually be really pretty.
Yeah, I think it would work. And I do like the double T motif on the chest. I think that works. Their greatest success came in the early 20th century, well captained by Seeker Roderick Plumpton. They won 5 league titles in a row, which is a league record.
That's a nice dynasty.
It is. It's a good run. It's a really good run. Roderick ended up playing Seeker for England 22 times and holds the British record for fastest snitch capture at 3.5 seconds versus our catapults from Wales in 1921.
How?
I'm assuming this, the whistle's blown, literally the balls are thrown up in the air, the snitch has to get released and almost go right towards it.
Right, that it just,
and then
it had to go...
boom.
Yes. There's no other way.
He
just got lucky.
Well, yeah, I would assume it has to be pure luck. And for him to actually, track it and just see it, either cross him or go, right at him and just catch it. Maybe he just got lucky on, the contrast of the snitch against whatever background it was, and he was just able to track it really well right out of the gate. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's 3.5 seconds is nuts.
I'm basically just picturing that it flies directly at his face.
Yeah, pretty much, probably. Or right into his hand almost.
Yep.
Just bam.
Just come here.
Crazy.
Yep.
3.5 seconds. So that would mean it's a 150-0 shutout.
Yeah.
I wonder what the largest shutout in Quidditch history is.
That's a pretty good question.
That would be a really cool question to find out. And a really embarrassing one for whoever that team is.
Yes.
That would be bad. I'm sure it's gross. I'm sure it's a disgusting number. I'm sure it's 300 plus points to 0, which is stupid. Anyway, that's the Tornadoes. They have 2 big-time records. 5 league wins in a row as a record, and then him with the fastest snitch catch. Those are 2 really good records.
It's pretty good.
All right, we are getting close to the end of our rundown of teams here. We get the Wigtown Wanderers, and they were founded in 1422. The colors are blood red robes with silver meat cleaver on the chest.
Okay, I like the blood red and silver combination. I think that would be really pretty. I don't know about the meat cleaver. That's kind of intense.
It's a little aggressive.
It's a little aggressive.
Can you imagine the game between Wigtown and the Foulmouth Falcons? Oh, that'd be so intense.
Yeah.
Or the Bats, because I think just the uniforms against each other would be cool.
That would be really neat.
But that's just me.
No, that would be a really pretty matchup.
So the history here is actually pretty interesting. The team was founded by the 7 offspring of Walter Parkin. There were 4 brothers and 3 sisters. The intimidation of Walter would be him on the sideline with wand in one hand and a meat cleaver in the other. Can you imagine just his kids growing up and they're just trying to play Quidditch, learn Quidditch, and he's just on the sideline? Can you imagine a soccer game with 7-year-olds out there trying to do well, and your crazy uncle is over there with a meat cleaver in his hand?
It's so unhinged.
What are we doing?
No.
There has been a Parkin descendant on the team very often over the centuries, so they've continued that family vibe throughout the years, and obviously the meat cleaver on the chest of the robes is a nod to old Walter standing there on the sidelines threatening everyone.
I do think it's really neat that they kept a family theme going on and that there are descendants. I just wish that the family theme was less unhinged.
Less murdery?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what? I respect it. Just lean into it. You got a weird family history? Don't shy away from it. Dumbledore, you listening? Don't shy away from it. Just lean into it. It's fine. It's all good.
Sometimes you just got to embrace the unhinged guy holding a meat cleaver.
All right. So we finally get to our 13th and final team in this professional league, and that is the Wimborne Wasps. They were founded in 1312. The colors are predictably horizontal stripes of yellow and black with a wasp on their chest.
No.
You don't want them to just fully go in with the wasp vibe.
No.
What would your alternative...
I think keep the yellow and black, but just don't do the horizontal stripes.
I think the result would be, if you're good, sure, you can buy the wasp theming. If you're bad, I think you get labeled a bumblebee.
I don't think dressing up like a wasp makes it attractive. I think it makes it weirder.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so you would just do, like, vertical stripes to throw everybody off?
I wouldn't do stripes. I think stripes with that, like that, or like massive chunky stripes of yellow and black is just so distressing to my eyes. I would keep...
Wow!
I would keep the yellow and black. I would just say do something slightly more subtle instead of dressing like a wasp. Like maybe have a black robe with like a wasp in yellow, or maybe have a yellow robe with a wasp in black, or maybe do, I don't know, some other color blocking that's not chunky horizontal stripes. I think that you can still market yourself and theme yourself after something, and I think you can still make it more subtle. I don't want my eyes to bleed because you decided to do horizontal black and yellow stripes.
Fun facts about the Wimborne Wasps. They are 18-time league champions, 2-time Euro semi-finalists. Not winners, not even second place. Semi-finalists is what they were labeled as.
Yeah.
Which, why do you even put that on your bio? That's not even worth putting on your bio. Come on, be better.
Ouch.
I don't care if you're a semi-finalist. Come on, really? Anyway.
That could be like fourth place.
Good for you, I guess. I don't know. They're alleged to take their name after an incident against the Appleby Arrows in the mid-17th century when a beater batted a wasp nest in a nearby tree towards the arrow's seeker, who had to retire from the game after stings.
Okay, that's unhinged.
That is aggressive.
Yes, and that's why I was saying earlier on I have some opinions on that rivalry. I am fully team arrows. That is a mean thing to do to someone. You can't bat a wasp nest.
So I was going to ask at the end of this, what's your favorite team and what's your least favorite team? I think we've clearly found your least favorite team.
We have found my least favorite team. Now, I will say one positive thing about them.
I'm intrigued because there's not much left.
In this entire thing, I do think it's really cute that the fans are known as stingers and that they buzz loudly.
It's a good effect.
It's a good theming. I like a good theme.
Okay, so you're fine with that theming, just not the jersey, just not the robe color.
Because they're atrocious.
Okay. If someone out there wants to mock up a Wimborne Wasp robe jersey that they think Jen would like, please send us that, because that would be fantastic.
Oh, I would love that.
I want to see Jen proven wrong in a spectacular way. I'm always a fan of that. So if you could draw one up that she would be, you know what, I'd be okay with that.
But you're saying it would have to be one with the horizontal stripes.
Yep.
To make me like the horizontal stripes.
Correct. How it's described here. Horizontal stripes of yellow and black with a wasp on their chest. It can be done.
It would have to be a very, very large yellow stripe, a very tiny black stripe, a very large yellow stripe, and a very tiny black.
I suppose you could, depending on the wasp. I mean, wasps themselves have variations in their striping.
It could not be even, and it could not be chunky.
We have your least favorite team clearly identified. What, Jen, would be your favorite team?
My favorite team would be the Harpies.
Okay.
Both because color combination is beautiful, and because they only hire women, and I love a good feminist team.
Okay. Look, I really do love the Kenmare Kestrels. They are so close to perfect. I love them being in Ireland. I'm a big fan of Ireland. Emerald green, I do like that shade of green. It's just the two yellows. I just wish they were gold. Ah, so close. They're so close to perfect.
So close.
So close. And I'm sure their mascots are just fantastic.
For what it's worth, I think that the emerald green and yellow is a good combination. It's just, to me, too similar to the Harpies.
You know what? I'm going to go Kenmare Kestrels. I think if I'm being real with myself, I would probably actually pick the Kestrels as probably my team.
So you would rep a emerald green robe?
I would probably do it. Okay. As far as my favorite robes specifically, there are a lot of good ones to choose from, just throwing it out there. I do like the bats with the black robes and the scarlet bat across the chest. I think those are the best robes. And I think my least favorite team, I'm just going to throw it out there, probably the Falcons. The Falmouth Falcons. I could see myself being very aggravated by the rough play, disrupting the beauty of the game of Quidditch.
I can definitely see that.
So I think my least favorite team would be the Falcons for the unnecessarily rough play. And my favorite, I think I would go Kestrels, and my second favorite would probably be the Bats, just because I love those uniforms, and I would rock that uniform. I'm just saying.
Okay, that's fair.
Harpies are great. I mean, they're a really great team. And obviously there's a lot of cool players to root for. There's a lot of good choices here.
There really are.
Except you, Pride of Portree, with your gold star on your chest.
Oh, be nice.
Be better.
I liked their robes. Even with the gold star.
I can tell you my secret team would probably be the Wigtown Wanderers, just because I respect the meat cleaver.
The
I'm like, wow, I can't believe you went there. And I kind of respect it. Like, man, you're leaning into that.
I'd be way too scared to go to a game.
I'd be fascinated. I'd be like, I kind of want to see them in person because I just don't believe they are real.
You go to a game and they lose, I'd be terrified.
If their fans have meat cleavers, real or not, that would be scary.
Yes. Hope that they don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's something I hadn't thought of.
Yeah.
Fair point. Do you have any other thoughts on any of the teams?
No. I applaud their diverse color selections. Feel like most colors got hit except pink, which I appreciate. Couple shades of blue in there, couple shades of gray, but overall I thought pretty good, pretty colorful.
Some particularly unique uniforms, and others I think are a little bit on the basic side. But whatever you want to go with.
So much hate for that gold star, man.
It really just like you couldn't pay for someone to design a better logo than just having just a star. You know what? I wouldn't hate them if they just had the deep purple robes. I wouldn't hate them for that.
If they didn't have a logo?
Yeah, that'd be
so
crazy.
You're more offended by the gold star being just
be better.
Simple.
Yeah, be more creative.
Okay.
Yep.
That's fair.
And if that creativity allows you to not have a logo, we are logo-less, that's fine. I'm okay with it. We have talked a lot of fashion here on Hogwarts, the podcast.
This has been great. Fashion and sports. I'm in my element.
It's fair. We hope you've enjoyed this episode. Let us know your thoughts on all these teams. What your favorite team was, what your favorite robes were, what your favorite fun fact was, maybe. All of that good stuff. Let us know by commenting on any of our social medias. That's Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky, YouTube. You can find all of them at Hogwarts, a pod. You can comment on our episodes on Spotify. You can participate in our polls on Spotify by scrolling down on that episode and clicking an option, which are... all of our polls are up for a very, very long time. Leave a 5-star review. That always helps us grow the podcast, and we really, really appreciate that. With all of that said, we are going to wrap it up here and move on to the globalization of Quidditch worldwide on our next episode. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for listening. Thank you for listening to Hogwarts, a podcast. If you like what you've heard, please click the subscribe button on your preferred podcasting app and follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Hogwarts a Pod.